Well, greetings and salutations, one and all. One and all. Back again is the Super Review Show. It's Mixed Bag coming to you live once again from many caves. As always, I am joined by the esteemed panel of panelists here at the Super Review Show's Mixed Bag. Bill Murphy, how are you doing tonight?
I am just fantastic. How are you?
Doing swell, buddy.
I
Justin
see what
Bavaro.
you did there.
Yes.
There we go. Justin, how are you doing
Hashtag super
tonight?
fantastic.
That's good. Glad to hear. And Mr. Vinny Levine, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Good. Glad to hear you're doing good, and hopefully everyone's doing fantastic and super because we have a really fun show for you tonight. Bill, what is our topic again? I forget.
Well, tonight we are talking about the state of comic book movies. We just had Fantastic Four. We just had DC. We just had Superman release. So we are talking about the state of comic book movies.
In 2025 specifically because of the success that we've had with Superman and Fantastic Four and what the future holds moving forward. So this should be a very interesting.
And here's the thing, though. That success should be marked with an asterisk because, well, while domestically both movies are soaring / clobbering at the box office, international markets seem to be stumbling a little bit.
Interesting.
Bill, do you want to get into that a little bit?
Yeah. Well, when it comes to wait, did you want me to do Superman or Fantastic Four?
Do
right?
Superman because it kind of coexists with each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Superman's international box office numbers is a total of $406 million globally after 2 weekends, and it is right now behind. It is right now, but it's also saying, but I'm also hearing from this source it hit 500 million at the worldwide box office. So
okay, so 510 million. That means that it's at the break-even point. So
good.
it
Yes.
has made back its money. So right now it's in a state of profitability, but in order to be considered a hit, Superman needs to get to that 600, 700 million range to be considered earnest, honest to God hit based on that budget.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Anyway. Also, but there have been a few reasons why, from what I've read, why Superman is not doing well in the international market. Reason one is because, well, domestically, it's now the highest grossing solo Superman movie.
I saw that.
Heard about that
beating
too.
out Man of Steel. But internationally, Man of Steel still has the #1 spot.
Okay, so the Hacks for Snyder have one, and the Gunners for Gun have one.
But here's what I find very confusing, though. There are two reasons why it's not doing so well. And that's because reason one is they said, well, some commodities in the world haven't heard of Superman. I'm like, then why did Man of Steel do so well, man?
That's a very good point.
And the second is because there's a lot of anti-American sentiment.
That also makes sense.
And, when you have someone fighting for truth, justice, and the American way.
Even though, believe it or not, the American way hasn't really been used since, 2002.
Huh.
Okay.
They changed it
movie.
recently to Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow.
Yeah, it was in the movie, right?
But you know what the ironic thing is, and we don't like to get political here, but the American right has basically called Superman woke.
But that hasn't really affected the box office in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it hasn't. But God, I can't think right now. What?
So, anti-American sentiments. I could kind of see where you're coming from there because there are some elements in the movie where Superman is acting in his interest, but is being perceived as acting in the interest of the American government, um, taking part in geopolitical affairs. I can see how some markets might see that as unnerving.
Yes.
Mm.
But then again, didn't he do the same thing in the beginning of Batman v Superman?
That is true.
That is true. I
Yeah.
also have a theory as to why it might not be grossing as much over in the foreign markets.
All right, let's hear it.
So I don't know how accurate this could be, but I my theory is a lot of these there might be still a bit of superhero fatigue. There's so many superhero movies that come out, and there's a lot of Superman and Fantastic Four movies. Speaking of both that have come out, I'm feeling these other markets might just be sick of these, and also the whole American hero sort of thing. That's my theory. These markets are getting sick of these movies, these superheroes. That they might just want something different, kind of like Batman movies, or not like more different Batman movies. So certain superheroes are getting overplayed in the movie format.
See, I think that's a little bit of part of it. I think the market is so saturated that in order for a movie to stand out, it really needs to stand out.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
Matt Reeves' The Batman or
Guardians of the Galaxy
Deadpool and
stands out too.
Wolverine. Um, like you're not gonna get it with like a no-name property like the Thunderbolts anymore, just
You're
because it
really
has the
not.
Marvel name. Um, but then again, this is Superman.
Yeah,
Y- we once were taught that the Superman emblem was one of the most recognizable symbols in the world,
hmm.
up there with the Bible, with the cross, and
Coca-Cola logo.
I was going to say the Golden Arches,
Oh,
or
Coca.
maybe Mickey
Oh, that's
Mouse,
definitely a good one too.
or maybe
The
Mickey
Golden
Mouse.
Arches. Yeah.
Um, so I think, yeah, maybe superhero fatigue is setting in a little bit. Um, but here's what I think is driving down Superman. And I think it's two things.
Yes.
One, I think, is kind of stupid, and the other, I think, is kind of scary.
Yes.
One, bankable actors. Um, now, Superman did not really have that many bankable actors. I think the most bankable actor in that movie was Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah.
And I love that for the
Yeah.
movie. That you could just go into the movie and you don't see the actors, you see the characters. I love that.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. Bankable actors still put butts in seats in international markets.
They
True.
sure do.
um there are reasons why movies that would otherwise be direct to video in um the US market will actually get a theatrical release in a foreign market because that actor that's in that movie might actually be popular there.
Yeah, it's like, wasn't it Battleship and John Carter? Didn't they make those make a lot of money overseas, of all things?
Maybe.
I loved both
No,
movies.
I didn't see either of those.
I loved them
Cool.
both. Great movies.
Um, so that's the stupid reason. Because, in my opinion, it shouldn't matter. It's
It shouldn't.
Superman. I thought that we were kind of past the whole actors selling movie tickets, the movie star era of Hollywood, but it still is kind of alive and well in overseas.
Hmm.
Now, the second reason is one that's only going to get worse, and it's one that we need to start taking into account for now.
Yeah.
Which
Um,
is?
China.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Um, you see, back in
I'm busy.
2012, a little bit of a history
Yeah.
lesson for you guys. Back in 2012, Vice President Joe Biden and then Vice President Xi Jinping signed an agreement allowing a 34 film quota um from Hollywood to be released in China, causing a big surge
Thank
in
you.
US films making money in China, therefore causing a much bigger push to pander to the Chinese market, which has been a huge criticism towards Hollywood since I would say 2013.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Um, and well, that's ending because not officially, but China has been more and more going away from US films and as a country has just been going to more and more domestic films. Um do you guys want to know what Fantastic Four First Steps opened in China?
Let it
Tell me.
open. On.
Fifth place,
Oh my God, really?
behind four domestic movies.
Damn.
Wow.
Um, Japan, the top movie is that Demon Slayer anime that we keep seeing previews
Sure.
for.
Oh, it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The push for domestic movies in China has been growing. The top movie in the world right now is a Chinese movie. It's called Neja 2. It's just getting an American release, I think next week.
Okay.
It's being distributed by A24. And it's making Avatar money.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. It's scary. So yeah, China is definitely slowly but surely becoming a market that we are losing, and we really need to start taking account into this when it comes to our budgets. Um One of the big things that have been deteriorate um uh, sorry, poor choice of words. One of the main things that has been a point of contention about comic book movies nowadays is the budget compared to um what they're making back.
Mm.
You know, pre 2019, it was a pretty safe bet for a comic book movie to make $1 billion or close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is no longer the standard.
Hmm.
Now, the $1 billion movie is the exceptional one. Um, now you kind of have to be grateful to make $500 or $600 million at the box office,
Hmm.
and you need to budget for that. I heard a rumor that when uh Marvel eventually does the X-Men reboot, they're not going to be using any bankable actors to save on costs. Again,
Mm.
Hmm.
I like the move, but that's gonna hurt them internationally. I know it
Yeah, it
is.
is.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Hmm.
It's gonna be rough. I couldn't agree with
Why
you more.
is
than that.
China So why is China losing out on the? Why is Superman losing out on the Chinese market?
Because the domestic market in China is growing so much, and Chinese viewer would rather watch a Chinese movie than an American movie.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing.
And it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want a great video on it, Dan Murrell did a video on it called "Does Hollywood Need China?"
I wonder sometimes.
It's very enlightening,
Hmm.
and it definitely takes in into account the current geopolitical
Climate.
context.
Yeah.
Yes, that's actually that's another good point.
Yeah. It's definitely. I mean, I'm not gonna get political, but like, nor will I ever on our podcast. But just the climate of the way things are, as far as like countries go and trade wars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely affecting the movie business too, as Justin just pointed out with their domestic releases in China and
Yeah.
our domestic releases here. So international markets are not buying movie tickets to American movies as much as they thought they were before. So just the way it is.
I
now.
agree.
Yeah. So, that was part one of the discussion for tonight, as far as the
Wait, that's only. Wait, we. Damn it! I wish I had more to. Thought I had more to say.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
No, I didn't.
So that is the status of where we are. Now let's
Yes.
look into where we're going.
Yeah.
Now, JT, I had you look into what Kevin Feige has been saying about the lessons he's learned about the past few years post Endgame. Um,
Yep. I have the article pulled up and ready to go, so we can discuss from Variety, a reputable movie
Yeah.
site and source.
mhm.
I have it all pulled up right here. I can scroll down. So I'm not going to read everything word for word, but I'll just go into a little bit of detail. For those of you who have not read it or heard the article, Kevin Feige on Marvel Studios' future, focusing on lower budgets, less TV, and more Robert Downey Jr. His quote was, "Look at Superman. It's clearly not superhero movie fatigue." Let's see what they say here.
So
Go ahead, Justin.
I think some of the questions we would want answered is why did Thunderbolts not pull in the numbers they want?
Mm-hmm.
Why did um why did movies like the Marvels fail? Why did movies like Why did the Disney Plus shows not get as much love? I think that's what we kind of want to understand. And did they learn their lessons?
Yeah. I think funny if the fact that Marvel rolled out a Thunderbolts movie, in the climate of super movies where they are, I think that movie should have done better because it was a really solid film. I mean, we all reviewed it and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah, I
But it
think
was
if
one
that was
shot.
released in like
It was
2019, it
just,
would have
I
been
think,
amazing.
It would have been.
Yeah.
But no, I think ever since Endgame, Marvel's been hit and miss.
Yes. I agree with Bill.
I do agree with that.
There's
I
certain
think Marvel's
cases.
been hit and miss.
But Thunderbolt should have been a hit because
Yeah.
critically it was great.
Yeah. I don't really know.
So JT, what did Kevin Feige say about Thunderbolts?
Well, Kevin Feige said some interesting stuff here about Thunderbolts. I'm trying to find exactly in the article where he said it. Forgive me. Just as an example, hold on a sec. He said, which part was it? Forgive me, I'm pulling this up live as I'm trying to find it for Thunderbolts. Oh, most recently, Thunderbolts, which earned some of the best reviews by Marvel's received in years, it only had a gross of $380 million globally. The quote here, as Variety reports, says, "A very good movie," Feige said. But nobody knew the title, and many of those characters were from a TV show. Some audiences were still feeling a notion, I guess, of I have to see those other shows to understand who this is. If you actually saw the movie, that wouldn't be the case. And we made the movie we make the movie so it's not the case. But I think we still have to make sure the audience understand that. It's a good point there.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that point.
I mean, because for me, and I'd want to chime in for myself for a second. Here's the thing, right? As a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I could give two flying craps about the TV shows, and that sounds very that's no disrespect for the quality of the shows, because like I loved Daredevil when it was on Netflix and things like that.
Yeah.
But I unfortunately I don't want to have to tie into. I like we were in between. What was it? Change the Multiverse of Madness. There was Shang-Chi
WandaVision.
and all that, and it was WandaVision. WandaVision was in the middle there. Yep, exactly. So WandaVision comes out, and I'm much more of a movie person when it comes to Marvel compared to a TV person. That's just how I am with them. That's personally how I see them as a brand, and not just a Marvel TV show thing, but a Marvel movie thing. Because when Scarlet Witch goes ballistic, spoilers, in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, look, Doctor Strange 2 was going to make a lot of money no matter what. But the fact that they made Wanda the way she did because of WandaVision, I was not aware. I was aware of that because I have friends of mine who said, "Oh, WandaVision, this happened, this happened, blah blah blah." And sure enough, but I didn't see WandaVision. So what he's saying though is absolutely true. If you want the movies to be mainly movies and have the story flow that way, it just makes the most sense that way. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that's the way I see it, at least.
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
So the one
go ahead,
thing, when I'm poking a little bit of a hole in Kevin Feige's statement a little bit, only one character from the Thunderbolts was exclusive to the movie, to the TV shows.
That was
John Walker.
the U.S. agent.
Yeah,
He was the only one that never appeared in the movie at that point.
Yeah.
correct.
Yelena was in the Black Widow movie. Ghost,
Yes.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Red Guardian, Black Widow movie. Bucky, Captain America movies.
Exactly.
And the other one was Century, but he came into the movie that movie.
Taskmaster, also Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
So like
yeah,
they're all movie characters except for John Walker. So
and
that
Century.
statement's a little
Yeah,
invalidated by that. You could argue that a lot of them came from pandemic movies that not a lot of people saw
Yeah,
true.
because Black Widow was a victim of the pandemic.
forgot about
Yeah.
that movie almost.
I forgot about it.
See?
Yeah, it kind of sucked.
I never saw it.
I saw it once.
And you did
Taskmaster
not.
Taskmaster was the most disappointing part of it, but everything having to do with Black Widow's family was really interesting.
I know
Okay.
Red Guardian's her dad, and he's pretty funny from what I remember.
He was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you want to keep going on this article, Justin?
Yeah, so
I thought Thunderbolts did good with critics.
with critics, yes.
When with the box office, not so much.
Box office, it flopped.
Which is bizarre for a Marvel movie to do. in this
Yeah,
kind of day.
that's. Remember when I said that there was a point that Marvel could
Marvel could what?
Print their own money.
Is that point leaving the station?
Is it?
It might be. I don't know.
Possible.
Hold on one sec. I mean, to Justin's point, though, it made the most sense that it was. I mean, it was a box office. I mean, we liked it because and the critics liked it, but it
My
became
parents
a
loved
flop.
it. I didn't see it.
But I mean, the critics liked it. Parents, I mean, it was dark at some points too.
Yeah. I remember. Did Captain America flop at all?
Brave New World. I think. Let me check that really quick.
I think it didn't do so well with critics. Or
I remember seeing the movie and it wasn't terrible, but
no, it has
kind
a
of makes
5.
sense.
It has a 5.6 user rating on IMDb and
That's not good critically.
40% 6 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dang. And here's the thing. I actually liked Brave New World, at least to an extent. There are parts I didn't get, but I gotta admit, Harrison Ford was good casting. It was a very interesting series. It's just
Yeah, and Captain America. I mean, you're talking about Brave New World. Brave New World was Brave New World was like, how do I explain this?
wasn't
Justin,
a fan. of it.
Hello, I am back.
Hi,
Justin.
Justin, how we were talking about the success and failure of Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts. Could you?
Okay. What do you want to know about the failure of Captain America of Brave New World?
Critically and financially, or just financially, or just critically?
Both critically and financially.
That's a shame.
I'll
split up.
In fact, I think that did slightly better internationally. Ironically.
Let me figure it out for a second. I'm looking it up right now as you guys talk about it, just so we have it. Brave New World. Go ahead.
My next question regarding what Kevin Feige has said. What has he said regarding budgets?
Yes, let me pull that up too. 1 second. So for the most part, there's gonna be a lot less TV output from Marvel. That's just a side note there. So there's gonna be less Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Shield, Carter.
I actually like Jessica Jones.
I think they're gonna make Daredevil sort of like the catch-all, because Jessica Jones is gonna be in the next season of Daredevil.
Oh, yeah, Kristen Ritter.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm fine
I
with it.
like her.
And Justin hit the nail on the head there. So just like Captain America: Brave New World only made on a opening weekend domestically was $88 million in the U.S. Domestic run was $200 million. Worldwide it was $415 million. That's really not that much.
Yeah.
And what's worse is it made slightly more than Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that's for Captain America too. So
And yeah, that's definitely not a good sign.
Yeah.
no, but I was just saying
And
about
with the amount of production problems that movie had,
I forgot it.
yikes.
Yeah, I
It
remember
really
that movie
did.
had a lot of production issues.
They do so many reshoots on it too. If I'm
What
not mistaken.
movie?
Brave
Captain
New
Captain
World.
America: Brave New World.
Yeah, Brave New World was. I did not see it, unfortunately, but I heard a lot of mixed reactions. and stuff.
Unfortunately, you're lucky.
I
Damn,
saw it
man.
and hate it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was mid.
Some of it was mid. There was some inspired stuff, but it was mostly mid.
Gotcha.
I like Harrison Ford in it though.
I saw all the seams. It bugged me so bad. Probably one of the worst edited Marvel movies.
Fire the editors.
Hmm.
Fire a lot of people.
Yeah.
Except for the VFX artists because it's not their faults.
Yes.
No,
They
it's not
don't
the
give
VS.
them enough time.
Yeah, they need time.
Let's see. I'm trying to find where they talk about the budgets. Forgive me. I'm trying to just pull it up really quick. What exactly were they saying about the budget specifically, Justin? So I can find it here. Too.
From what I heard, they're going to be cutting budgets down by like a third.
Oh,
which is
right here.
Big.
Hmm.
Let me see. Marvel's MDMC won't be in Hollywood. Okay. This is talking about the UK. He predicted that future Marvel films will be shot in the U.S., particularly in hubs like Georgia and New York, to offer more film competitive incentives than in California, which recently passed a new $150 million production tax credit. Okay. Here we go. I'm trying to find Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Let's see. Here's him talking about that. I'm trying to find the exact quote here. Forgive me, guys. The budget you said?
Yeah.
Forgive me. Just bear with me a second. I'm trying to find it. Where do oh damn it, where'd it go? Hold on one sec. Sorry guys. I'm trying to pull it up on the fly.
It's okay.
Cue the stalling music. Yeah, so basically Marvel's budget. Oh, here we go. So method is here to stay, but it just won't be quite as expensive. DC Studios co-chief James Gunn has repeatedly said he will only greenlight projects that have a complete script. That is a pointed difference from Marvel Studios, which has sometimes announced projects with release dates before a writer has been hired. Let alone before a script is completed, and they famously reworked movies throughout their filmmaking process. The Fantastic Four star Ebon Moss Backrack, thank you. I'm butchering everyone's name. Recently told Variety that he didn't think the script was fully ready when the cast began 3 weeks of rehearsal before filming. So we were sort of workshopping the movie in a way. But Feige took issue with comparing Gunn's mandate and DC and Marvel's approach. And what the idea was that Marvel needed to radically alter how it slows and how it makes its projects. We've never started a movie without a full script, and I've never been satisfied with the script that we've had, he said. I've never been satisfied with a movie that we've released. He also defended Marvel's practice of plussing projects at every turn they're being made. In a term of art, I'm referring to pushing the incremental movements that Feige credited
improvements.
Yeah, improvements.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
That's good.
That Feige credited to Walt Disney. Actors who are both ones that are playing these characters for the first or second time, and characters playing for the 10th or 12th time, are best in the world, and we know it. And these characters are so well. Feige said, if they have an idea, you want them to listen to and adjust it, so you want to improve it. And I wouldn't change that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Feige continued, I know there are a lot of filmmakers, James. I know there are filmmakers, James, in my experience, is one of them. Maybe he is now. If you want to be a part of my movie, you just have to have the words, and you stay here the entire schedule in case we need you. We've had so many actors, we can't do that. We don't do that. We give people a window. Keep that to that window.
That's a big part.
Here's one last part for the budget stuff. So Marvel has changed course, at least on one major aspect of films, their cost. Here we go. After budgets began to balloon in Endgame, partly due to the pandemic, partly due to the feeling that we need to deliver a certain level of spectacle, the studio, quote, started grinding down the budget in 2023. Feige said Marvel's films from Deadpool and Wolverine through the Fantastic Four have been on the upwards of the third cheaper than they were 2 years before that. One last thing about that is that Feige said that Marvel executives have met in teams behind 2023 the sci-fi epic the creator with Gareth Edwards to make a staggering low $80 million film, and they learned how to pull it off.
Okay, see, that
That's
gives me some hope, because I have heard how cheap Gareth Edwards was able to make The Creator for, which I'm still amazed that movie lost the amount of money it did, given
Oh, great movie
how
too.
well, it's just not the kind of movie that's mainstream.
I think
Unfortunately,
I saw it in theaters. Was that the one with Sturgill Simpson and the robot kid?
yeah.
That's what it was called. I'm trying to remember what that movie was called.
So for them to be going to see how they were able to do it for that cheap, that gives me hope, because from what I understand, that movie looks really good for its budget. And you can't really say the same thing for Marvel anymore, because you don't see the money on the screen, because sometimes it doesn't look good.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
So it does look like they're learning their lessons.
I agree with that.
And with DC, they're learning from the mistakes of their predecessors. Hopefully they are going to learn from the successes and failures of Superman, because as of right now, all that's been released from
Wait, where's Vinny?
He'll be back
I
in a
guess
second.
he had
Keep
to
going. Sorry about that.
bounce
Go
or
ahead.
something.
You're good. You're good. Keep going.
Okay, go on.
So as of right now with DC, all we've had is James Gunn stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I love it. But let's look at what we've gotten so far. Peacemaker season 1, which is mostly canon.
Yeah.
Creature Commandos, and Superman. All 3 of those projects written by James Gunn. And Peacemaker season 2 comes out next month. Also written by James Gunn. We're not getting our first non-James Gunn project in the DCU till next year. And that's gonna be either Lanterns or Supergirl.
Wow. Okay.
which I'm excited for both of those.
Yeah, me too.
But I think that's going to be the real litmus test on the success of the DCU, because right now we're kind of seeing the goodwill of James Gunn, possibly. I'm not saying this for certain, but possibly this is just us riding the James Gunn train. Next year we get Lanterns. Next year we get Supergirl. And possibly next year we get Clayface. Ooh, Clayface.
That should be
That'd
interesting.
cool.
It's going to be an R-rated horror movie.
Wow. Wow.
Body horror.
Ugh.
You said Clayface too? You said actually like a real Clayface movie?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So listen to this. Mike
Yeah.
Flanagan. You guys know who Mike Flanagan is?
I've heard the
No.
name.
He's the one who's been doing all of those horror shows for Netflix, like Fall of House of Usher, Haunting of Hill House, and he's also been doing these Stephen King adaptations, like he did Doctor Sleep. He did not Molly's Game. Jeez, what was that one that was on Netflix? Anyways, it's a really acclaimed horror director.
Okay.
Really acclaimed mainstream horror director. And he just wrote a Clayface script.
Wow.
He just out of nowhere, and he submitted it to James Gunn. He was like, shit, we have to make this.
There you go.
So is this gonna be a Clayface versus Batman movie, or is this just
Nope.
gonna be like Joker?
It's a Clayface body horror movie
Okay.
with Matt Hagen as the protagonist, or I guess
Yeah.
is the victim slash monster in the body horror movie considered the protagonist or the antagonist? I never understood that.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Like Seth Brundle, he's the protagonist, but he's also the antagonist.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's what I think this movie's going to be like. I think it's going to be like The Fly.
That would be pretty cool.
Just like a Cronenberg horror movie.
Literally.
No, not literally, because Cronenberg's not directing it. James Watkins is directing it.
Oh, whoops, wrong word. Sorry about that.
Sergeant Rock is still moving forward, not with Luca Guadagnino, unfortunately. I would really like to have seen that, especially after seeing Challengers last year. Authority doesn't look like it's going to be moving forward. The writer who was hired for Teen Titans is now moving on to do Wonder Woman.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Okay.
They are still working on Brave and the Bold.
That should be interesting.
For those of you who don't know, Brave and the Bold is the Batman movie that takes place in the DCU. That's going to feature the Bat family. It's going to have Nightwing. It's going to have Damian Wayne as Robin. We're probably going to see the most comic accurate version of Batman yet, but it's going to be closer to what Grant Morrison did in the late 2000s, early 2010s.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
I think what we're starting to realize is James Gunn's a huge Grant Morrison fan.
Yeah.
Unrelated question. I have to ask: Is DC now going to give Marvel a run for their money?
I would say so.
They might have.
I think,
Is
and
James Gunn
it
gonna
gives
own
me
everybody?
great joy to say this. Now it's a ball game.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's not one dominating over the other. It's gonna be like, oh, who's got the better actors? Who's got better movies? All the
Because you
above.
know what I think it is? It's like if you look at the DCEU, when they made that movie Batman v Superman, they tried to, I think what they tried to do is they tried to squeeze that movie. We could just admit that was just their attempt to play catch up with Marvel.
Batman v Superman, absolutely.
And
Man of
now
Steel,
that
I will still say they were trying to make their own movie.
Yes.
now that they're trying to, now the DCU is trying to build their universe and not just, oh my god, we got to go play catch up with Marvel.
Yeah, now what they're trying, they did something interesting with Superman, where they basically said metahumans have been around for 300 years. There is a rich history to the DCU that we've yet to tap into. If you recall, there was this tapestry in the Hall of Justice in Superman that had this mural of all these superheroes throughout the ages, including heroes like Lady Liberty, the Flash, the not the original Flash. I'm blanking on his name. Jesus.
Wally West.
No, original Flash, like 30s
Uh,
Flash.
Barry Allen.
No, before him.
Original 30s.
Flash character.
Jesus Christ. Why am I blank? Jay Garrett.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. Sorry. There we go.
There we go. Okay. Jay Garrett was on there. There was this character who was a pirate superhero. I'm sure this is the first universe where I'm sure Jonah Hex exists. Bill, remember Jonah Hex?
That was the first movie we saw together.
I know.
Oh god.
Kind of sucked.
It did.
Yikes.
Yeah.
He probably not Josh Brolin, but he could be canon.
No.
Oh, come on. The character's kind of cool. The movie sucked. Like completely sucked, but the character's cool. In the comics.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll give it a chance.
Swamp Thing, I think
Ooh.
is still in the works. James Mangold is in talks to do that one of Logan fame. And from what I've heard, there is talks that they might be developing a Daily Planet Jimmy Olsen centered TV show.
For HBO Max.
Okay.
Given the version of Jimmy Olsen we got in this Superman movie. I am on board with that. I really liked this Daily Planet.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I would definitely want to see a show about it. Maybe have David Corn said as Clark Kent. Not show up as Superman at all, but like Clark Kenting it all the time. Maybe like brief appearances of Superman here and there. James Gunn, if you're watching this, write this down. This is gold. I'm giving you these to you for free.
He's giving. No, Justin, you should start charging him there, brother.
Here, that's my secret, Bill. I invested in
Oh,
Justin, what's that red dot on your head?
oh.
Rest in peace.
Oh no! I'm just kidding. So, all right.
So yeah, DC looks like it's going to have a very fruitful future as long as they are conscious of their budgets, which James Gunn seems to have a bit of a handle on, I'll be honest, because that Clayface movie I mentioned, it's going to be lower budget, like probably 45 million.
Yeah, that should be good.
Like I think James Gunn has a better understanding of like certain movies can have certain tones and it can all still be in the same universe even though the tones are different. That's sort of the one thing Marvel has never been able to crack, was it had this unified tone that it just couldn't escape.
Hmm.
I agree with that.
But you know what? Now I remember what I wanted to ask.
What's up?
I've been hearing a lot of people saying that they've been admiring Superman because he seems like nicer and seems like more like a positive influence. Like, I want to get your take on that. And do you think that's the reason why the movie's doing so well?
I mean,
I know
maybe
that's
that's
a
the,
dumb question,
maybe
but
that's the real punk rock.
is that a dumb question or?
No, that's a great question. I love that question because it's true. Superman represents goodness and kindness in an age where goodness and kindness are seen as old fashioned. When spoilers, when it's not really that much of a spoiler, but when Superman and Lois are having that conversation in his apartment about how Lois is punk rock, she grew up cynical, not trusting anybody, whereas Clark just sees everyone as beautiful, and Clark just says maybe that's the real punk rock.
Because, I think I brought this up before. There was a couple weeks ago, there was this guy who said, as a father of 3 boys, I would rather have my kids look up to Superman than these freaking manosphere jackasses who go on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, the people all going like, Superman is too woke.
Newsflash, Superman was always woke.
He was. Like, I don't know if you ever saw that thing. It was like from the 40s or 50s going, remember, judging someone by their race, religion, whatever, blah, 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 is un-American. Don't be un-American.
Yeah, we're talking about someone who helped destroy the mainstreamness of the Klan.
Superman did?
Yeah.
You know the story of Superman smashed the Klan, right?
I do not.
Oh my god. Maybe save this for after the stream because we could be talking for a bit.
What? Let me guess. This is going to be a future MJICC, isn't it?
Um,
JMICC.
well, it could have been if it involved the comics. It actually
Okay.
involved a radio show.
Oh,
wow.
okay. I thought it was a comic. Whoops. My bad.
No, it involved a radio show, and it's actually part of U.S. history.
Yeah.
So, Bill, if we don't get to it tonight, I highly, and I mean highly, recommend you look up Superman Smashes the Klan.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Awesome.
Because that radio show episode had real life ramifications throughout U.S. history for the better.
I agree. I could listen to it. So, and I want to ask and bring it back to a point I made earlier. Do you think there is a lot of anti-American sentiment that's preventing Superman from doing good?
I think it's a little more nuanced than that, but I think it could play a factor. You There are some scenes in the Superman movie that you could perceive as, Superman acting on behalf of the American interests, even though he's just acting on his own interests of saving lives. But, truth, justice, and the American way has been so ingrained into the character of Superman that it's possible.
Could be.
Yep.
But then again, Fantastic Four is seeing a similar response in those
Right.
markets. So I don't think it has to do with Superman being an American superhero per se.
You don't think so?
No.
No. So
Yeah.
I think we did good, right, guys?
Yeah, but what is DC got coming out next? What does Marvel got coming out next?
So next up for DC, well, next month is Peacemaker season 2. It's
Yeah.
going to continue the story that from Superman, according to James Gunn. So if you have Max, tune in next month. If you need a recap, James Gunn is hosting a podcast on YouTube with his wife, going over all the episodes of season 1 to go over what's canon, what's not. Most of it's canon, besides maybe the Justice League stuff, and maybe Batmite. But next year we get Lanterns, we get Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And for Marvel, next year
The new Avengers.
we got Doomsday.
Avengers Doomsday.
He's coming. Doom.
Finally.
Doom. I am your Doomsday.
Okay, but for real, I'm actually kind of excited for Doctor Doom. I know it's kind of trepidatious because of Robert Downey Jr., but god damn it, we're getting Doctor Doom.
We are.
Oh, it's going to be great. I can't wait to see Doctor Doom on. Well, we already saw him in the spoiler post-credit scene for Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Well, mid-credit scene.
That was amazing.
Yep. I can definitely see what Doom might be planning, and it is devious.
So excited.
Um,
Can't wait, man.
just gonna warn you, Doomsday's not gonna have a happy ending.
Oh God, is it going to be Infinity War all over again?
Probably worse.
Oh shite.
I have a vision for the ending of Doomsday. Like you just see like the universe being torn apart, and then you just see the screen just start flickering, and then it cuts to credit, and then during the post-credit scenes you see just a white dot in the center of the screen, and it starts zooming in, and it's Battle World. You go in on the throne, and on the throne is Doom.
So what does it So what does the So is it going to basically make Infinity War look like a tea party?
Yeah. Imagine Infinity War on a multiversal level.
Okay.
Imagine all the universes basically imploding. And from the scraps, Doom builds his own Frankenstein world. From the scraps of all the infinite universes that got destroyed.
Yes.
Like in my mind, you wouldn't have a Secret Wars movie, you would have a Secret Wars phase.
Really?
Or maybe not a Secret Wars phase, but a Battle World phase.
Yeah. Secret Wars is like requires everyone on duty.
That'd be
But
awesome.
after Secret Wars, we're getting the mutants. We're getting
Really?
the X-Men.
Really
And
now?
Jake Schreier, who directed Thunderbolts, is going to be directing.
Well, that could be cool.
That should be
That
fun.
should be cool.
And maybe we can finally see the X-Men and Fantastic Four meet.
Oh,
That
that would
would
be
be
so cool.
amazing.
You know, they've had so many opportunities to do it
I
with
know.
them both being under the same Fox umbrella, but no, they kept fucking the four up.
And
Yeah.
now, are they going to do it? We'll just see.
You can tell I'm still salty at 20th Century Fox for fucking the four up so many times.
Okay, Justin. It's okay. It'll happen.
Justice
sooner or
for
later.
Ben Grimm. Justice for Ben Grimm.
It will happen sooner or later, Justin. Calm down.
Okay.
All right. I think we're pretty much done.
I think so too. Anything else, guys?
No.
That's it. That's all I got.
We want to thank you for watching, listening, however you enjoy us tonight. Thanks so much for tuning into our podcast. As always, we love talking about superheroes and comic movies and Marvel and DC left and right about this on this show. I want to thank the two esteemed panelists for doing this show with me. Of course, Justin, your knowledge goes unparalleled. Thank you so much.
I am the watcher.
He watches and interferes.
You're the watcher of the Super Review Show.
Much
And Bill Murphy.
much to Kevin Feige's and James Gunn's chagrins.
Literally. And Bill Murphy, you have a sports thing.
Sports
whatever.
Insanity Podcast on the Sports Insanity Network. Check us out. We're on all platforms. Baseball's in full swing. And training camp just started for the NFL. So NFL season is just around the corner.
Yep.
And Bill cannot be more relieved.
Why do you say that, Justin?
No reason.
Oh boy.
Justin, what is it? Share with the class.
Well, there's always next year, Bill.
I don't know what you... Well, we're getting to the part of the year where our football team will determine my emotions for the next 4 months.
There we go. I'm saying that about baseball, not football.
Well, no, we're almost...
There we go.
No, baseball, that determines my mood for the next 6 months. And then football determines it for 4 months. And then we have that nice little downtime where nothing determines my mood.
Perfect. So,
what we all like to call vacation.
there you go.
Okay, well, I guess that's it for today.
That's going to do it for us, guys. Thanks so much for watching and listening, for how we enjoy us tonight. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube if you listen to us on podcast format. Simply at the Super Review Show on YouTube. And don't forget to follow our social media pages at Simply at the Super Review Show as well. But for all of us here, the Super Review Show's mixed bag, please, out there. Stay safe, take care, and
Be awesome.
Be
be
awesome.
awesome.